Hello, and my name is Eleanor. Welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk to you about some series that I started a while ago and I have yet to finish them or continue on with them. Now, these aren't series I'm going to be talking about, aren't ones that the books are still being written. These are series where the next books are out and I just haven't gotten around to them yet. Some of them are ones I will be continuing on with and I am eager to read, I just haven't got around to yet. And others are perhaps ones that I have no interest in continuing on, and I'm quite happy to have just read what I've read and leave it at that. The first book I have is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Now recently, in the last year or so, V.E. Schwab brought out a sequel, because this was a standalone for a very long time, and I think it's called Vengeful. And it's a duology, it's a continuation of this story, and I won't be continuing on with it because I was actually quite disappointed with the story. It was such an interesting premise. These two young men at university become so power hungry and so intent on gaining magical superpowers, I should say, that they go to extreme lengths, and that was really interesting. And the pacing of the plot, I don't know, it just didn't work for me, and I just found it so anticlimactic at the end. And overall, it didn't seem like anything happened. There was no point. It fell quite flat for me, and I ended up being quite disappointed in what was originally a very interesting concept to me, and I was a bit saddened by not liking it as well as everyone else. So I won't be continuing on with this duology. I'm quite happy just to have read the first. I don't foresee the second one doing anything else with it and fixing the things that I didn't like about this first one. So that's the sad one out of the way first. And the next book on this list, this next series, is The Daughter of Spoken Bone by Laini Taylor. I've read this first in the series and I have yet to continue on. I even own the next in the series and I still haven't picked up yet. I really enjoyed this story. Loved the premise, just fantasy, other worlds, demons. It was just very intriguing. Really enjoyed the characters. I loved where the story was going. Just haven't got there yet. Haven't got around to it. I would love to continue this soon. I even own the next book, so that should happen at some point. Don't know when, but I was really enjoying where this series was going and I'm eager to continue. And the next book series on this list, the first book being Blindsighted by Karin. I think it's called the County Grant series. It's quite a long series of books, and I first read this a little while ago and I actually listened to it on audiobook. I borrowed it from my library and I really enjoyed it. It's a very unusual book for me to pick and like. It is set in America and it's following a medical examiner who gets embroiled in a kind of murder mystery, and it's following detectives, and it's very small town America. And I don't really read any contemporary murder mystery style books ever, really. This was a first for me in that genre and I did like it. I would like to continue with this series. I'm thinking I might continue with the audiobooks because that's how I first read this, and my library does have the next few in the series, so I would like to get to that at some point. But as it's not really a genre I ever pick up, it's not really something I gravitate towards. I don't know when I will finish this series. It's a very long one. I don't even know when I'll get to the next in the series, but I am interested. I did like the characters. It was gritty and dark and very violent and gory and very real, and I did really enjoy that aspect of it. I found the mystery really interesting and fun, but it's just not a genre I really gravitate towards, so we'll see when I actually eventually do continue on with this. The next book in the series is the Broken Earth Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I've read the first, the 5th season, and I haven't continued on yet. I really loved this story. This first one, it weaved a few different characters across different times and spaces, and it was such an interesting world. The magic system in this book is phenomenal. It's so well written. It's so fascinating. It really is just not like anything I've ever read, and I really enjoyed it. I would like to continue the series, but I have a little bit of hesitance towards reading it because one of the aspects I love most about this book, there's a plot point that is revealed to you, and for me, I was feels like that took out a bit of the mystery, because I liked that puzzling aspect of it. And the fact that you find out in this book the conclusion to that has made me query whether the next couple of books will be as good, in my opinion, as this one. So I'm talking around the houses, but I don't want to be spoiling it, because that would be a huge spoiler, and this book you have to go into not knowing anything. But when I finished this book, I was unsure whether I liked knowing that, and I'm unsure how that will continue on into the next two books and what that'll mean for the series. But it's such a fantastic fantasy world. It's so fascinating. The magic system is brilliant. I will finish this because I just love that aspect of it so much, but as I say, a little bit of hesitance because you find out that bit and I'm not quite sure what to do with that, so I'll finish this series at some point. And the last book on this list is the Winternight trilogy by Katherine Arden. I've read the first two, The Burying the Nightingale and The Girl in the Tower, and I really love this story. It's so atmospheric. It's in the deep, dark depths of Russia, set hundreds of years ago. You literally feel the cold in your bones while reading this. It's so atmospheric. It's so well written. It's based around the folk tales of that time, which is so fascinating. I don't really know anything about Russian folk tales and how they viewed magic and people, and it's just such a good story. It's a very slow moving story, but it's so atmospheric. It's so well written, and I love the characters, and I loved where each book is left off, and just really enjoyed it. So I've read the first two. I haven't got to the third one yet, and I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. So maybe that's why. Maybe I need to physically own it, and it'll make me read it quicker because I'll have it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series, and I should read the concluding novel. So yeah, that was just a wee quick list of 5 book series that I'm in the middle of right now and I haven't finished yet, and this is just going to be a bit of encouragement for me to stop being so lazy and to finish these series, to wrap them up, because I have the stories incomplete in my mind and I should finish them. Let me know if you have read any of these series and which one you would encourage me to complete first. What's the series that you absolutely loved and think that I would really love? Let me know. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!